Hey Aries, it's been a few days, a couple days. Y'all pulled Don't Let Your Past Hold You Back in the South North, so that just says to me that y'all may need to look at your South North to see where y'all may be holding yourself back as far as the attributes of that particular sign. So say you got Gemini and South North. Look at Gemini's attributes, and that's something that you may want to work on, because it could be an attribute that you have, but it's holding you back because it's in your South North. Get into some tarot. Three of Swords, heartbreak, holding back, pertaining to money or a business idea. Maybe a business idea ain't working out how you want it to. Maybe some people are stealing from you. Maybe some people owe you. The heartbreak is definitely attached to money. Thinking somebody wants you for you, but they just want you for your money, can't you? Or your business savviness. A user, basically. Your energy, Emperor energy. Soldiers. Give me my damn money back. Yeah, somebody's stealing. Somebody may be in y'all dream state too. They're stealing the fuck out of people's identity, because people don't know who they are, so they just get fixated on one person, and more than likely it's tied to somebody that they with, or somebody that they with that don't really want to be with them. They want to be with somebody else. They get wind of that somebody else. Then they start becoming obsessed with that energy and taking off people's personas. It's not theirs. Or they doing that shit with superstars too. It's just an obsession. Acting like other people and forget who they are. The doppelganger is fucking insane. 10 of Pentacles, money related, children related, 5 of Swords. Y'all sick of something. Like, do you even have the energy to cut these motherfuckers off? Like, you get the energy and then they hit you again, you just go back into 5 of Swords. 4 of Emotions. It's like all over the place. Could be a child support or custody issues, something to do with children. That's a male energy, a male child. Awakening, yeah. The Chariot. Some of y'all moving away from energies. Some of y'all have an awakening about relationships that ain't kosher. That's all in y'all feelings. People tampering in y'all energy field. When the 8 of Wands falls in that African tarot deck, people just want to keep creating these illusions. Ace of Blades, some truth is revealed. gonna keep being revealed till y'all move away from certain shit. So lessons just keep repeating themselves until they're learned. It's exhausting. It feels exhausting. It's like things will never change kind of energy. This person is always gonna be like this. So let me move forward towards something else. But you get tired before you can move forward. Like you got all that good intentions in the world to move forward, but just can't even do it. The truth gonna keep coming out about phony people, just usurpers. Eight of Pentacles. I mean, y'all could be awakened to the fact that some shit is just not gonna work. Like, arrangements that's not working. Emperor again. You see how it is? Like y'all set out, y'all to slay. And then something happened to put y'all right back in this shit. Then y'all get moving again. And ain't that y'all don't want to, because you went right back to the Emperor. And here's the Emperor on the bottom of the deck. Somebody impeding progress in a love situation. Something you can't get out of, it feel like. Opportunists. Yeah, like shit would never change. Yes, you feel like shit would never change. But then you get to 8 of Swords in reverse, that's spiritual arrest. So that means y'all gonna come out of that. It's gonna kind of be like you forced to make a decision about who you deal with and who you don't. The relationship, only y'all know what relationship I'm talking about. This kind of shit. It's like you get with people had a tendency to something that could be holding you back, because a lot of people do this. People are addicted to the newness of relationships. A lot of men are addicted to the newness. Some women say the best way to get over one man is to get up under another one. It's a codependency and attachment root issue. It really is. And you become a sociopath. Sociopaths only in it basically to socialize. But when it turns into having some form of responsibility, they ain't never got the time. And that's when ghosting starts happening and gaslighting. Because they just don't want to tell you it ain't fun no more. You know? And sometimes in those situations, babies are even born. That's when it gets really bad. It's a whole oops kind of situation. But you stuck with that energy, and it can get real toxic. Because you know, responsibility was never the objective. But people get caught up in remote romancy land, like I like to call it. The feel good, the sex is new, the personality is new, the food tastes new, it's a new energy, new vibe. Especially when you done come out of some shit and you done left a whole bunch of people and then you end up with this energy. But it's not like that. It's a temporary relationship that ends up giving you permanent lessons. Sometimes the permanent lessons are children. You know, people just don't have stick-to-itiveness, or they end up with somebody that they was either an opportunist or it's two opportunists. Everybody's looking for something kind of shit. People don't date with purpose. It says don't give up. They just date to be dated. You like me? Okay, I like you. Still date, still on some School age shit. I get a girlfriend. You know, little children becoming girlfriends or boyfriends every 5 days. King of Swords. And it really boils down to knowing yourself, because when you know yourself, you know what you can tolerate and what you can't. You can't be honest with yourself. You can't be honest with nobody. And that's something that's holding y'all back too. You gotta be totally honest. You can't be in denial, although it hurts. You know what I'm saying? Somebody doing some form of witchcraft. People going back to having babies for money. It's just like they don't know what else to do. They don't know how to tap in. They don't know how to transmute. They don't know how to integrate. So they can't reach their fullest potential. So they just settle for a meager job. They can have greatness in them, but they're not going to get to it because they don't want to go through the dark. They don't want to go through what it takes to be great. You're just enduring some painful shit. Sometimes you get great before really hard, painful lessons, but you're going to learn them either way. Shit, you still going to learn them even though you're great. You're still going to be subjected to pain. You know, money can afford you to take off so you can deal with the pain, but that's about it. It can't take it away. You got to be dealt with. Where did it start affecting other areas of your life? That's when you get to holding yourself back, self-sabotage shit. Because you want to do everything but turn in and look at yourself. And look at your patterns. And look at the shit you keep recreating that's not beneficial to you. Fuck anybody else. It's true. Some truth's gonna be revealed to y'all. Some of y'all gotta deal with either having unrealistic expectations or people that are unrealistic around you, people that deal with delusions, people that are spiritually impoverished, meaning that they don't keep up with their spiritual life. You could go to church every day, but still don't keep up with your spiritual life. It's just a form of, different than going to work. It's what you do on Sunday with no change. Denying the power of God. You're just there. Because that's the church your mama went to, kind of shit. King of Pentacles. Some of y'all dealing with the King of Swords, King of Pentacles energy. Y'all gonna have to make a decision. You just have to decide whether you're gonna deal with somebody or you're not. Once you decide whether you are or you're not, then you decide how you're gonna move. Even if you decide to say, I'm gonna stick it out with this person that gets on my fucking nerves because of their children. Guess some people stay because of their children. Now you gotta figure out how the fuck you're going to navigate with the decision and the choice that you just made in a way where it won't drive you fucking crazy. Like this. Just constantly. And sometimes when it's like that, when somebody is like constantly hurting you, this is from my experience, especially in the love department, you'll start, it's kind of like fight or flight. You'll put yourself in denial not to deal with the reality because sometimes the reality is just too harsh of how a person is actually treating you or, decisions they make where they say, I'm hurting myself, I ain't hurting you. You choosing to be hurt. Yeah, but if we're connected, the shit that you doing that's hurting you is also hurting me. Everybody's just so disconnected and just want to get into shit for the look of it, or because we programmed, once you graduate school, go to college, do this, do it. So everything is so programmed, but it seems not to be working for a lot of people. But everybody keeps doing it, or keep expecting it, just to end up with a big mess. You can start off to say, I'm gonna be with one person. This is my person. I have children with this person. I'm down with this person. Life will turn you around and rearrange you if you don't keep tabs on yourself and watch your patterns. And kind of observe why you do the things that you do to keep knocking you back or sabotaging the fuck out of you. Take a minute sometimes for the light bulb to kick on. People say my light bulb will kick on. Your light bulb usually kicks on around 30. No, that bitch stay kicking on in my life. Because I stay in. I stay turned in. Looking at myself. Why I do the things that I do. Why do I tolerate some of the shit that I tolerate? Why do I keep attracting the same experiences that do not serve me? What is there to learn in this shit? But one thing I'm not going to do is keep doing it. However, you got some people that will set out with this is going to be my person. I'm only having children with this person. And life happens. And trauma that they don't deal with ends up sabotaging their life. But it's being done by them because the trauma is within them. They not the trauma, but if you don't deal with it, then it's going to affect your life. It'll hold you back. They turn around and fuck around and got 5 children by however many women. Could just be off of, they just had infidelity issues and ended up with outside children. Just didn't quite pan out. Trauma got in the way. And they'll just keep repeating it. That's how they keep just having children. Doing the same thing. That pisses them off because all they do is complain about it. I don't know why I keep fucking with these hoes kind of shit. I'm like, man, turn in and figure yourself out because you're the one doing it. It's just showing children energy because it's true. Sometimes this turns into the tower. It's good at first. You're addicted to the beginning of it. Some people is even addicted to, I want to start my life over and have a child with this person and do. And it's still, if y'all don't deal with y'all motherfucking trauma, you end up with the same person in a different body. And then either get separated from or run away from somebody that basically calls you on your shit and holds space for you. And wants to help you evolve. Just like the person that you're helping evolve, they'll help you evolve. But some people just know how to help you evolve by hurting you. Like, damn, I want to grow gracefully at a certain point in my life. I don't want it to be growing pains. You know? It's just I don't know, y'all. It's deep. Life is very deep. Hermit energy, yeah, y'all learning some wisdoms about who you link yourself up to. Some of y'all high priestess energies. It's a rough time for people, especially when you're highly intuitive and you're coming through some form of the high priestess energy. You're highly intuitive. And a lot of women are. A lot of men just getting trapped and caught up with all kinds of different women because they don't want to make a decision and stand on it. It's the I'm on my cake and eat it too. They see it as a form of freedom, but it's not, because all you're doing is accruing more bills. Women cost, children cost, gas costs. Everything you do outside of your home that you would have just been doing with one person, you end up scattering your energies. That's what this is saying. And your dreams do become unattainable because you're always distracted. But it's people that's hurt. And you just want something to make you feel better. And sometimes that something to make you feel better is sex. Sometimes it's the fairy tale. Then when the children get here, shit get real because children cost. And they're a hell of a responsibility. And people like to say, oh, God, like God has something to do with you having that baby. Well, if it wasn't supposed to be you, God wanted me to get, yeah, no, you did that. And deal with what you did. And leave God out of it. If you wasn't supposed to be here, wouldn't be here. No. If you wouldn't put your penis in her and didn't use protection, it wouldn't be here. I mean, that's the truth. Yeah, everybody manipulates each other for a feel good, but then a feel good turn into a responsibility, and people just start breaking camp. And then some people are dealing with people tampering with relationships that were ordained, putting people in separation so they can get with somebody that appears to be equally yoked, but ain't, and just end up having babies and being sorrowful and kind of just living for the city kind of shit. You can stay in that pattern all day if you don't check your fucking self. Definitely hold yourself back. You be constantly trying to get out of a hole. Children create that. Especially if you barely taking care of yourself. Describe. You just end up working harder. And never really had time to look into yourself or do nothing else. Barely gave time to spend with your children. Especially if you working to take care of them. Thought. That makes some of y'all think that's good. A child. Somebody had a baby. Some of y'all are writers, singers, actors, motivational speakers, teachers, preachers, rappers, artists. Somebody got pregnant by somebody that got mental illness. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes shit don't show up. And some people got zero choices. Some people, they're not the father. And they got with somebody that say that they is the father of this child. But they're not the father. And the person, come to find out, mentally ill. And then some people, it is. They don't have zero choices but to take care of it because it's theirs. They just fucked up. But it was cool. Sometimes it takes a minute for you to see that something's wrong with a person. After the honey falls off the moon, you know. Then it's like, oh shit, something wrong with this motherfucker. And it's sometimes too deep for you to handle. So what do? You say don't give up. So you may have zero choices. Especially if you have children and somebody had an outside child or they have outside children. It's like you gotta deal with them. Because the way it's set up, I guess you can say, and you really don't. You can make a choice to say you don't want to deal with nobody but your children. But you're going to take on that full responsibility and get your child support in the mail and do whatever visitations and keep it that way. And don't keep crisscrossing. You got to make solid decisions. And that could be holding y'all, some of y'all back is procrastination. So just make a solid decision that you're not going to be with this energy because you're sick of this. And you're sick of them getting duped by opportunists. Because they could be. You know, they didn't guard or protect themselves. And it was a child. Even if the child wasn't theirs, they lost some money because they thought it was. For somebody, I do not know who. But if it is, they ain't got no choice but to take care of it. So you gotta make a decision whether you want to be with that individual, whether you want to hit the brakes. Sometimes you think you got somebody to lean on, and that ain't the case. You're just living with somebody. You're wasting God's time and your own too. All right, Aries. I pray that this helps somebody. If you're feeling the vibe, please like, share, and subscribe. Love and light.